Elon Musk's fiercest battle yet, the war against woke culture. From controversial tweets to public feuds, discover how the tech mogul's clash with the woke movement is shaking up the world. The View Elon Musk, never one to shy away from controversy, finally addressed the question people had been waiting for. What exactly is the woke mind virus, or WMV, that he keeps warning the world about? Over the past year, Musk has called WMV a threat to modern civilization, and has repeatedly cited it as one of his driving motivations behind buying Twitter, now rebranded as X. But his critics and followers alike wanted specifics, and Musk finally laid out his perspective in clear terms. According to Musk, WMV is much more than a trendy social media term. He describes it as a cultural epidemic that uses identity politics and claims of social justice to divide society. He argues that WMV is creating very divisive identity politics that amplifies racism, amplifies, frankly, sexism, and all of the isms while claiming to do the opposite. Far from uniting people, Musk believes WMV actually divides people and makes them hate each other and hate themselves. As he said at a recent event in Italy, his view aligns with concerns on the right that woke ideology attacks fundamental values like free speech, merit-based achievement, and individual responsibility. Musk's critique of woke culture didn't stop there. He singled out Disney, saying the entertainment giant was deeply infected with WMV. Disney had cut ad spending on X, sparking a new clash between Musk and one of the biggest players in the media industry. Disney, once a cherished family brand, is now, according to Musk, part of the problem, promoting divisive content rather than bringing families together. This follows other critiques Musk has lobbed at corporate giants and cultural institutions, which he sees as agents of a woke agenda that undermines social cohesion. On a podcast a few months earlier, Musk summed up WMV as simply communism rebranded. This isn't just a jab, he sees it as an actual threat to capitalism and individual liberty. WMV, as Musk sees it, isn't about equality or fairness. It's a weapon that redefines success, promotes mediocrity, and stigmatizes achievement in the name of equity. In his latest salvo against WMV, Musk also took a swing at the management initiative known as DEI, or Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. He tweeted, "DEI must die." The point was to end discrimination, not replace it with different discrimination. To Musk, DEI has strayed far from its original purpose and now serves as a tool to divide the workplace, enforcing quotas over merit and group identity over individual excellence. Musk's anti-WMV crusade resonates with many of his supporters, though it has left some worried he's losing focus on other missions, like advancing clean energy with Tesla. But Musk's message is clear. He views WMV as a destructive force, one that must be confronted if society is to preserve free thought, individualism, and the achievements of the West. A history Elon Musk has been vocal about what he calls the woke mind virus, or WMV, a term he uses to describe a cultural shift that he believes threatens both individual freedoms and broader civilization. Over the past 2 years, Musk has tweeted about the WMV at least 27 times, expressing frustration with its growing influence across major institutions. On a recent Joe Rogan podcast appearance, he even went so far as to label the WMV a death cult, underscoring his sense of urgency and alarm. In spring 2022, Musk began highlighting specific institutions he sees as emblematic of the WMV's influence. He called Netflix unwatchable due to its woke content, and later identified Yale University as the epicenter of the woke mind virus, attempting to destroy civilization. For Musk, the WMV represents an ideology that opposes merit-based achievement and promotes group identity over individual value, leading to what he sees as a decline in free thought and innovation. During an April 2023 appearance on HBO's Real Time with Bill Maher, Musk expanded on his views, though he appeared to grapple with a precise definition. He emphasized that WMV is anti-meritocratic and suppresses free speech, warning that it could ultimately hinder humanity's progress, including ambitious goals like reaching Mars. He cited San Francisco as an example of a city plagued by the WMV's influence, suggesting that the city's social and civic issues are partly due to these ideologies. In Musk's view, the WMV's roots lie in educational institutions. He shared an anecdote about a friend's daughter in San Francisco who knew only one fact about George Washington. Musk argued that while it's essential to teach about historical injustices, children should also learn about leaders' contributions and achievements. According to Musk, this focus on selective information and identity-based narratives risks creating a generation without appreciation for history's complexities. This clash began after Disney opposed the "Don't Say Gay" law signed by DeSantis, which limits discussions of sexual orientation in Florida classrooms. Disney, once synonymous with family-friendly entertainment, is now viewed as a political symbol in America's culture wars. Decisions around casting diversity and progressive programming have been increasingly criticized by conservative voices. This discontent reached a peak in the late October release of South Park's Joining the Panderverse episode, which mocked Disney's woke programming by recasting the show's white male characters as women of color. The episode struck a chord with Musk, a self-described South Park fan. Musk immediately endorsed the episode on social media, calling it a bellwether for change. "The Great Awakening from woke has happened," Musk tweeted, celebrating what he viewed as a shift away from politically correct storytelling. "This is good for civilization," he said. Disney CEO Bob Iger, while defending the company's stance on issues like immigration and environmental policy, suggested that Disney's creators might have overstepped. Iger admitted that Disney's focus should remain on entertainment rather than political messages. "If you can infuse it with positive messages and have a good impact on the world, fantastic. But that should not be the objective," Iger explained. However, Musk's tensions with Disney only intensified after the company pulled its advertising from X, formerly Twitter, following Musk's promotion of a tweet containing anti-Semitic rhetoric. This move, combined with reports of Disney's ads appearing next to extremist content, led Disney and other brands to distance themselves from the platform. In response, Musk went on the offensive, calling for Iger's resignation and ramping up his attacks on Disney. In a conference speech in Italy, Musk condemned Disney, calling it deeply infected with the woke mind virus. Musk then hit on what he sees as the heart of the problem. "Woke mind virus and fun are incompatible," he declared, dismissing woke culture as joyless and accusatory. "Who wants to be scolded?" he added, underscoring his view that Disney and similar companies risk alienating audiences with their woke agendas.